Hello, my name is John O'Connor. Today I am going to read you a story. This story is called Where is the Broccoli Song by John O'Connor. One day, I asked my disgust emotion to come out of my head, and she said yes, and out of my head she went. When she got out, I asked her to play the song Broccoli by DRAM featuring Lil Yachty, but the only way my disgust emotion could play a song was to play it off a CD, and she didn't even know how to use iTunes or any website or app. That's a really good song, I love that one, it's one of my favorites, she said, but the only way I can play a song is to get a CD with it and go to its track number. I have all the Now CDs and one of them has the Broccoli Song, I said. Why don't you look on one of the Now CDs, I asked, Disgust. What the heck kind of CDs are Now CDs, Disgust asked. I did not answer Disgust's question. Instead, I just said, oh, please just go to the Wikipedia Now That's What I Call Music discography page. Click on Number 2, United States, and look in the Now album track lists until you find the Broccoli Song, okay? Okay, Disgust said. Disgust went on to the internet and went to the Now discography page. She went to the American Series albums list on the page. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music Volume 1 track list. No Broccoli Song, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music Volume 2 track list. This one's the same, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 3 track list. Still no Broccoli, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 4 track list. 4 albums so far and I still don't see Broccoli, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 5 track list. No Broccoli, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 6 track list. No Broccoli here either, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 7 track list. Where is that song, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 8 track list. How many albums am I going to have to look up right now, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 9 track list. We're almost on 10 albums and I still don't see that Broccoli Song, she said. She looked up the Now That's What I Call Music 10 track list. Now I'm on double-digit numbered volumes and I still don't see the song, she said. No more single-digit volumes. She looked up the Now 11 track list. Now this is getting long. It better be on the next one, she said. She looked up the Now 12 track list. If it isn't on here, then maybe the next one will have it, she said. She looked up the Now 13 track list. What a shame. I better not have to look up every single volume in 100% of this whole series, she complained. She looked up the Now 14 track list. This is boring. I don't want to look up a 15th album, but I have to, she said. She looked up the Now 15 track list. 10.5 a 10, I'm through right now, she said. She looked up the Now 16 track list. And I still don't see that Broccoli Song, she continued. She looked up the Now 17 track list. Ooh, let's get it started, she said. But that's not what I'm looking for, which is not even here. She looked up the Now 18 track list. Oh, there it isn't still, she said. She looked up the Now 19 track list. How many more albums till that song finally shows up, she said. She looked up the Now 20 track list. This is becoming a suspense. We're even now in the 20s, she said. She looked up the Now 21 track list. Gosh, there's so many albums, she said. She looked up the Now 22 track list. It's just like all the other 21 albums I've looked up so far today, she said. No Broccoli song. She looked up the Now 23 track list. Why do they have to make this series so long, she said. Is this a very popular series? Do they still make these today? She looked up the Now 24 track list. OMG, this is keeping me in suspense, she said. She looked up the Now 25 track list. Now it's on 1/4, she said. Hopefully the song will not be past 100 volumes. I'm pretty sure it won't. She looked up the Now 26 track list. I'm in too much suspense right now, she said. She looked up the Now 27 track list. After the next 2 volumes, then I'll have to go into the 30 series, she said. She looked up the Now 28 track list. When am I going to find out which Now album has that Broccoli song, she said. Oh, I hope the next one has it, and I really want to do it because it's such a great song. She looked up the Now 29 track list. That's the last album in the 20 series and there's still no Broccoli, she said. Broccoli better be in the 30s. See that? The 29th edition, so let's go to the 30s. She looked up the Now 30 track list. Incelebratable number 30 is here due to still no Broccoli song that I am wanting, she said. She looked up the Now 31 track list. Gosh, this has taken a long time, she said. She looked up the Now 32 track list. Oh, Broccoli, Broccoli, where are you? She said. She looked up the Now 33 track list. I mostly went up to like 10 in a series, she said, but this one, I'm now on 33. She looked up the Now 34 track list. When is the song coming already? She said. She looked up the Now 35 track list. This doesn't deserve to take this long, so please be on volume 36, you Mr. Songeesh, she complained. She looked up on the Now 36 track list. How is Broccoli refusing to be on this 36th edition? She said. Maybe it's a 40 series song. She looked up the Now 37 track list. No Broccoli again, she said. She looked up the Now 38 track list. Gosh, this is a big series, she said. She looked up the Now 39 track list. Is this the biggest album series in the world? She said. She looked up the Now 40 track list. Okay, now it's in the 40s, she said. She then noticed that Now 40 had a deluxe edition. Whoa, they have a deluxe edition of this album, she said. And so, she looked up the Now 40 deluxe edition bonus disc track list. That's the same, she said. She looked up the Now 41 track list. I really want to know where in this series I can find Broccoli, she said. She looked up the Now 42 track list. Gosh, I must go even further in this series, she said. She looked up the Now 43 track list. This is the 44th time I'll have to look up a track list for that Broccoli song. 45th. Because of that deluxe edition on one of these albums so far, she said. She looked up the Now 44 track list. There's YouTube's most viewed video song right here, she said. But still no Broccoli song. She looked up the Now 45 track list. No Broccoli song here, she said. She looked up the Now 46 track list. No Broccoli song here either, she said. She looked up the Now 47 track list. Crazy, she said. She looked up the Now 48 track list. "Where's the song?" she yelled. She looked up the Now 49 track list. "Where is it? Where is it?" she said. She looked up the Now 50 track list. "Okay, now I'm in the 50 series and I still can't find the Broccoli song," she said. "Ooh, maybe it's in the deluxe edition," she said after pointing out a deluxe edition to Now 50. She looked up the Now 50 deluxe edition bonus disc track list. "What? Still not there?" she said. "Oh well, let's keep going on." She looked up the Now 51 track list. "Let It Go? I love that song," she said, but like Now 50. She looked up the Now 52 track list. "Same here," she said. She looked up the Now 53 track list. "That's another album without Broccoli," she said. "Let's keep looking for it." She looked up the Now 54 track list. "This is too many," she said. She looked up the Now 55 track list. "I'm now on a double-digit track number of both its digits matching each other for the 5th time," she complained. She looked up the Now 56 track list. "This is too late," she said. "I better not be in the 60s. She looked up the Now 57 track list. "Life goes on pretty slowly," she said. She looked up the Now 58 track list. "There got to be a Broccoli song on the next one," she said. She looked up the Now 59 track list. She then said, "That's the end of the 50s albums, so now the 10th digit is going to be 6. Let's move on to the 60s series." She looked up the Now 60 Standard Edition track list. "Nope, don't see Broccoli on this track list," she said. She looked up the Now 60 Deluxe Edition bonus disc track list. All 3 deluxe editions so far don't have Broccoli," she said, "as well as all these 60 editions I've looked up so far. Oh, I really hope it's on the next one because I love it and I want it so bad." She looked up the Now 61 track list and found the Broccoli song on track number 8. Then she gasped. "I finally found it," she cried happily. "The Broccoli song's number 8. Wahoo!" She clapped in relief. After looking up 60 editions with no Broccoli song on any of them, Disgust found Broccoli after all. She then went to me and asked me where I put my Now CDs, and I showed her where. It was in a large square-shaped case. Disgust looked through all the CDs till she found Now 61. She then plugged in my CD player, put it in my Now 61, and went to track number 8. As the Broccoli song played, I used a fork as a make-pretend microphone and lip-synced the song, throwing broccoli on her, making her laugh, and we both lived happily ever after. The end.
So what was your favorite part of the story? If you have a YouTube account, if you want, you can tell me in the comment section below what was your favorite part of this story. See you later, alligator.